everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel again. And today let's talk about coronavirus, or they call it COVID-19 as well. So when we talk about corona, I mean viruses. So this is just my opinion. For me, I don't panic as what everyone does. I mean, my husband is on panic when it comes to the virus, but this is what I've told him. Before these viruses, before the Ebola, the SARS, and many different kind of viruses came into our, planet, universe. Let me just tell you this. Since 2000 and probably 2006, 2007, I wasn't aware about this, antibacterial stuff. But when I was very ill, I becoming very cautious about stuff, especially bacteria or viruses. And so since 2007, I've been using my favorite stuff, which is hand and sanitizer. What I'm saying is, I started with this hand sanitizer, and then months and years comes by, I am becoming a fan of antibacterial stuff. And so from the hand sanitizer, I also aware about stuff inside the house, like bacteria inside the house. And so I started to use the, what do you call this, cleaning, this one. It's a bleach. This is what I use in our house, like the sink, the toilet bowls, the floor or the ground in the bathroom, the tiles, everything. I use this to clean up the house. And besides, I also use a, what do you call it, Dettol for to mix them. I put Dettol, a little bit of Dettol to mop the floor, and I mix it with this one, Dettol with this. I always like to combine most of the stuff, and this is our cleaning stuff as well, or floor cleaner. I use this for floor cleaner. Sometimes if I don't have this one or out of stocks, I just use the Dettol. Dettol is very, very good at getting rid of bacteria. Anyway, so now people is on panic when it comes to coronavirus, but I don't. It's probably because I'm aware of virus around, I'm aware of bacteria around, and before, nobody really cares, or maybe some people cares about hand sanitizer because they're not gonna be selling it if nobody will buy it, right? No, we're not gonna be producing it if no one else consume this kind of stuff. So this antibacterial stuff is really helps to get rid of bacteria and viruses. I mean, when you hold something, you have to have antibacterial stuff like hand sanitizer to wash your hands. And without the sanitizer, I can't leave the house. Without the Dettol, for me, it's incomplete to clean up the house. Without my hand liquid hand soap, like this one has, like, it says 99.9% reduced bacteria. So yes, some people probably will say, no, they just label that with it, just for the heck that people will buy their stuff. So for the heck of it, why not buying it? Why not trying it, right? And anyway, so since 2007, I've been addicted with the antibacterial stuff. And anywhere I go, I have those kind of things, especially when I am traveling. I have this one. This is just you know, a bottle, this is used to be empty, but of course I filled up with Dettol. So where I use this one when I go traveling, because I cannot carry those big jugs of this one, big gallons of Dettol. I can't carry this, so I pour it in this bottle or container. And where I use this, let me tell you. So I use those container with Dettol when I go traveling. And where? So everyone has you know, their own ideas or opinion when it comes to bacteria. So what I do, besides my hand sanitizer, I have those for traveling. So here we come, traveling. Of course, before I put my stuff in my suitcase should be sanitized. So I sprayed Dettol in my suitcase before I put my clothes and stuff. Yes, believe me or not, that's true. And so I filled up with my stuff, and before, you know, before closing it, I make it sure that I have a spare of those laundry bags and spare of Ziplocs, big Ziplocs for dirty laundries. And when I arrive into the hotel, the first thing I do, if I come or travel with myself, the first thing I do is remove my shoes, of course, from the door. I don't walk my shoes inside the room or the hotel's room. And I always brought my own slipper as well. So that's what I use inside my room. And before opening my stuff, before touching everything inside the hotel room, what I do is I sprayed it with this. The pillow, the blankets, the sofa, every single stuff in the room, the towels, I sprayed it with Dettol. Yes, I'm crazy when it comes to bacteria because I don't want to get sick. So I sprayed it with Dettol, and when it, you know, the toilet, I sprayed it everywhere inside the room. And before I opened my suitcase, this is what I do. Believe me, I sprayed it with Dettol before opening my suitcase because, guys, don't get me wrong, our suitcases rolled around the airport, outside the airport, going to the hotels. So can you imagine how much bacteria in our or outside of our suitcase? You can't see it. I mean, we can't see it. I don't see it. But if you think about it, how much bacteria is in it, yeah. And so yes, I don't roll my what do you call it, my suitcase inside the hotel too. My suitcase always stayed 1.5 meters from the doorway. Yes. And yeah, so before I open my suitcase, that's what I do. I always clean it first before opening it because, you know, the wind comes or the wind blows into my, you know, stuff. The suitcase is dirty. Of course, it's going to go to my clothes. The bacteria will go to my clothes. And after that, of course, I have to clean. I always brought a brush, like slipper brush. I always clean or brush my slippers before leaving the hotel. and putting it into my, you know, my suitcase. I have bags inside of my suitcase, but I make it sure that the bag is also clean. And so that's what I do. I clean all my shoes, you know, besides the other one that I'm gonna use it. I clean all of it before leaving the hotel and putting into my suitcases. And so when I arrive at home, or when we arrive at home, if I travel with my family, this is what I do first. When I travel with my family, when we arrive in the hotel, what I do is I am the first person who comes in the door. And I yelled, yes, I yelled to everyone to say, you know, stop, stay there, let me go first, and your shoes is only that far, you know, goes that far from the doorway. And nobody will wear shoes. I know that some, I know that the cleaners wear shoes when they clean up the hotel's room. So what I do is, that's what I am the first person who comes in first, because what I do is I sprayed everything. I sprayed every single corner of the hotel with Dettol first before my kids comes and my husband comes in. So that's what I do, and I do the same when I am traveling alone. And so when we comes home, what we do is all the shoes stay outside, and important things, especially the carry-on bags. Yes, although we brought our carry-on bags inside the house, even before we moved, we have 2 toilets and 2 shower rooms. So what I do is 1 shower room should be the spare for the suitcases and the bags, because, you know, we roll, as what I said, we roll those anywhere we go, everywhere we go. And so we carry the stuff inside the house and towards the bathroom, and the bathroom is my quarantine area. Yes, believe me or not, you could ask my one of my friend that she comes here to visit, and also my sister, because every time that they comes here to visit, I go crazy when, oh, okay, that's it, that's just there, it stay in there only. If you want to bring that inside the room, then you have to clean it up inside the bathroom. Why the bathroom? Because the bathroom is always wet, right? We can always clean it properly, like, you know, disinfect it. Like, you can bleach it everywhere, so you can do anything in the bathroom, like when it comes to cleaning. And so they don't do it, I do it. So the bathroom is my quarantine area. Yes, that's true, believe me or not. And so after that, of course, when you comes from holidays, you're tired and stuff, all of my dirty laundries stayed outside the laundry room, outside, not inside the house. Those laundries, dirty laundries, can stay outside until I clean them, I wash them. The way I wash my laundries, yes, when it comes to stuff, I always, someone called, anyway. So when it comes to washing the laundries, I wash my laundries in a washing machine, of course, and I do hand washing when with some stuff with I need to do the hand wash. Some of my stuff cannot be in the washing machines. So it's either I wash them in the washing machine or by hand washing. I use the, Dettol with the softener. Why I do that? Because if you think about it, you hang your shirts, you hang your clothes, and when it's not dry, when it's not really dry, remember, it stinks. Kid you not, it stinks when it's not dry under the sun. But if dry under the sun, then doesn't smell. But try to wash your clothes with rinsing it with Dettol, or if you want to have a little bit of smell, which smells good, you put some softener in it, so you can mix with a little bit of Dettol. And try to do that in one pair or one shirt, and then try to do it in the other shirt without a Dettol. And then when it dry, smell yourself when you were sweaty. I mean, smell your shirt, the one that you wash with Dettol, and then the one that you wore without washing or rinsing it with Dettol, because it's totally different smell, totally different. The one with Dettol, I think it, you know, it sealed the shirt. It doesn't stink much, you know. It of course it depends on, you know, how stinky your sweat is, but for me, I always noticed with my son, because he is, you know, he's a teenager. When it comes to stuff, he always sweat, and I always smell his stuff, and he, it doesn't smells really bad, you know, because probably I wash it with Dettol, and it disinfected, and then I think it sealed it. It sealed the stuff. And so that's how I wash my laundries. It's either hand washing or washing machine. It's the procedure is the same, almost the same. I mean, the chemicals that I use anyway, or the disinfectants. And when it comes to the house, so those suitcase is been in the quarantine, which is my toilet or shower room. So I clean them gradually, you know. But of course, during the days that I don't clean the suitcases inside the bathroom, those days I sprayed those suitcases with Dettol as well. And then the thing that the reason why it stayed in there, because I had to brush the wheels of it. I had to wash the wheels and make it dry, and everything is, you know, when everything is clean, totally cleaned, I let, you know, everyone bring it into the what do you call it, bedrooms, or, you know, storage room. So when the time that you have to use it again, so it's ready and it's clean. I mean, it gets dusty, but it's probably had a bacteria, but, you know, you can always just tap it and then dust will go away, you know. And anyway, so that's what I do with the suitcases, bags, my purse. My purse, I don't really, what do you call it, put very, you know, I just put a little, you know, drop of Dettol in the towel that I wipe with it. And of course, I think it's disinfect. I'm not sure, but that's what I feel like, right? When I use disinfectant, I feel like I'm safe. I feel like my stuff is clean. This is just for me, so this is just my own opinion and my own ideas. And anyway, so we moved to the house. I clean our bathrooms, our floor with bleach. This one is all-purpose bleach, so you can use it in the sink or in, what do you call that, the sink or in the toilet. And also when I wash, when I mop the floor, I use this one, floor cleaner. It says like a antibacterial as well, if you can see that, this one. So this one is antibacterial, and I also put a little bit of Dettol in our mop. So another Dettol, yeah. Yes, I live with Dettol. And So when it comes to furnitures, I used a, what do you call it? I mix a little bit of Dettol and a little bit of vinegar into the, what do you call it? Furniture cleaner. We have, I don't know, I did not bring up here, but we have a furniture cleaner which is liquid as well. So I mix it with Dettol as well and vinegar. A little bit of vinegar for the, molds. And it doesn't, your clothes or your cabinet doesn't really stink. If you have a humidifier, it helps, yes, yeah. And but not all people has those. So what I do, because we don't have humidifier, I sprayed or I cleaned the cabinet with the furniture cleaner with Dettol and a little bit of vinegar. And when it comes to the kitchen, plates and stuff, no, I don't use Dettol with our plates and our utensils. I use a dishwashing liquid, regular dishwashing liquid, but I mix it with vinegar. Vinegar, because I find out that the vinegar is acidic. So when you use especially, greasy stuff, wash it with vinegar and what do you call it? Dishwashing soap, and you will notice the difference. It's easier to wash, it's quickly, and you feel like your plates and cutleries and utensils is clean. And anyway, so when it comes to washing our hands in the house, I have a few different hand soap. So I have this one, 99%. I think everybody knows this. Yeah, I have a few. And this. And yes, product of Dettol. Yes. So I use that for hand washing inside the house. So not all the time you can bring this one, especially when you need water. Yeah. So you can use a hand sanitizer for that. Our hand sanitizer is like this. Yeah, my husband brought it from Canada all the time. This is what we have here. And I have a small container to, travel around. I refill my small containers for that. And I have this. This is from Thailand, alcohol. For wounds and stuff, for washing hands, I guess, to washing my hands. So this is the stuff that I use inside and outside the house. This one, I always have this, especially when I go for Muay Thai training. I have a, what do you call that, wet wipes, which is Dettol as well. If you followed me or watch me in my YouTube channel, I have a video that I was cleaning up the gym bag, or I was cleaning up my stuff from the gym. So I use those wet wipes. I have those wet wipes, and I don't have it in here because I left it downstairs. And yes, this is Dettol. And to clean up my face, everyone has their own cream or facial cleanser, facial foams. So what I do is, on the top of my facial cleanser, I use this one. A drop of the tea tray, or just a tiny drop of a tea tray in my facial cleanser to, it's antiseptic. Not too much because it's gonna burn your skin. And toilet paper, this is what we do too. So I always, I mean, probably some products is they just use 99.9% of antibacterial, 99.9% of blah 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 blah. But what would you know? Yeah, they probably telling the truth. about their products, but since I use those, I am feeling like I'm always clean when it comes to eating, cleaning up the house, laundry. So I always use the antibacterial stuff. So what I am talking about this is because about people who is on panic when it comes to this coronavirus. I mean, guys, you don't have to really on panic. I mean, we have the different kind of serious viruses before this. All we gotta do is so when it comes to the coronavirus right now, that it's very, you know, everyone has been talking about this. So my opinion is maybe we shouldn't really unpanic. We probably gonna be, you know, aware. I mean, more aware of what we're gonna do and what we should do. So what we should do right now, I guess, is to start it to yourself. When was the last time you used a hand sanitizer? When was the last time that you are aware of cleaning or washing your hands when you get home? Yeah, so that's the question that you have to ask yourself. It's not just this time because we have the coronavirus around. I mean, I've been using this kind of stuff or hand sanitizing my hands all the time. Everywhere I go, every time I eat, I always wash my hands with the sanitizer or with the hand soap. If I'm in the house, I use hand soap. But if I am anywhere else, I use hand sanitizer. But what my question is, when was the last time you guys that not used to be having a hand sanitizer or cleaning up your hands before you do stuff, when was the last time you did it, right? When was the last time you used a, what do you call that, disinfectant inside your house to mop your floor or to clean up your bathroom? When was the last time you bleached them? So this is just your hygiene inside the house. This is just for yourself first before others. So before I go out, I'm sure that my stuff are clean. When I go out, I make it sure that my stuff are gonna be clean. I make it sure that I am gonna be safe on holding stuff, and I am gonna be safe on eating my own hands, right? Using my hands. And so that's my first questions when it comes to stuff right now, like virus around, right? So you'll probably answer, oh, I don't even have a sanitizer before. So you should be in panic. I don't, because I have, and I used to have it, and I am using it still. And the second is, if you are not feeling better, before probably when the virus is not around, when this novel coronavirus is not around, when we have a fever, what would you do? We always like, you know, I'm not gonna go to the gym today because I don't feel better. That is my reason why I don't go to the gym. I don't feel better and I need to rest. And secondly, I am thinking to the people who are you know, training in the gym, and especially those fighters, right? I'm always thinking of them when I am sick. I am always thinking of them when I have cough or cold, because they are training so hard, and you know, you don't want them to be sick by the time that they are ready to fight. Yeah. So that's the reason why I don't go to the gym. When I am not feeling better, I don't go to the gym. So the reason as well this time is, if you don't feel better, don't go out. Stay in your house, because you just never know what you have right now, that the virus is around, or the coronavirus is all over the world right now. And you know, just be aware and be thoughtful as well to the other people, because you might have it, maybe you might not have it, but if you have it, and it's very contagious, right? And you pass it into the old person or the young kids or the newborn who is, you know, inside the mall or inside the, you know, convenience store, or you are in the jeepneys or the bus or in the train. You think about it. But if you are being so selfish and you go outside, then yeah, you don't care if someone died because of you. Because I care. If I get sick, that's why I stayed home. And so maybe we should be aware and thinking other people too, not just ourselves, thinking other people. Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna be okay. You're the reason why someone died. You're the reason why that child right now doesn't have a mother. Why that child right now is, you know, lose their father or brother. And you know, we just gonna be. It's not so bad to stay at home when you're sick. Remember, I remember that when we are in the school, right? Even though I'm not sick or we are not sick, we used to write a letter to our teacher saying, "Oh, dear ma'am and sir, please excuse me for being absent in your class today because I am sick, because I have a stomach pain, because this what I call it, shallow explanations or shallow reason that we have is always excused when we have a letter to send to the teacher." So I think it's probably not bad to, you know, send to your boss that, "Oh, I can't go to work because I don't feel better right now, or I am sick right now, so better stay home." And one more thing is those people that, you know, go out, they probably don't care. So I'm not sure. I can't really what I call this, criticize them or judge them why this viruses spread around the world. Well, because as what they said, right, they don't know that they have the virus until a few days after. So we just don't know. So I think when we feel weak or something feel weird to ourselves, just stay at home for a bit. And for now, what we're gonna do is avoid the crowd, because some people really, to those people who had you know, symptoms, they go out, they don't care. So we avoid them. They're not avoiding it, so we're the one who's gonna avoid those people. Yeah. So anyway, guys, this kind of opinion that I have. This is my ideas. If you think that this is good, then you can follow what I'm doing. If not, then doesn't matter. But I am really happy to share of what I'm doing for this past few years. But to those people who knows me, I have a very, very serious medical story before, going back 2015. So after not 2015, sorry. Going back when I was 15, I was very ill. So since that time, I am becoming, looking for myself, looking for my health, looking for, you know, every single things that I should be changing in my lifestyle, my diet, and, you know, the things that you could do to yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're sick. You're just gonna keep continue of what you're doing before. So when you're sick, whatever you did before, you should be thinking of what else you can do in different ways this time. Yeah, because maybe it's just in your lifestyle, in your the way you do the stuff, the way you clean stuff. Yeah. So this is a lesson for me that I wanted you guys to have it. I wanted you guys to know, and this is just my ideas. Please don't criticize or don't judge me for my ideas and opinions when it comes to these viruses. And maybe we should not panic a lot to be able for us to think about the solution, and think about stuff that we should try to we should try to change it, like the way we do stuff, the way we clean stuff, the way, you know, our hygienes. So this is just my idea, guys, and opinion. So feel free to follow of what I'm doing, and if you don't, then it's fine. It's not a big deal for me. But what I'm telling you is, this is just a sharing for me. I just wanted to share my stuff, and believe me or not, I think my lifestyle has been changed for like, I think 13 years now, or no, we'll say 12 years when it comes to stuff, considering that I am undergo oral medications right now. I'm still on medications, but nobody believed me that I am still on medications, because of what I do in the gym, because of, you know, who knows what I have inside, right? But I keep myself healthy, and I'm proud of myself, the way I do it, the way I change my lifestyle, my hygienes and stuff. So again, this is just the positive ways or positive ideas and opinion that maybe you could consider it, and try to apply it to yourself. And I am happy to share it to you guys. And you know, this kind of stuff that I have, you don't have to buy it, right? And you know, all of these things, you don't have to buy it. Maybe you could just have one, or you can have whatever you have, as long as you always have something else that you could just keep yourself clean all the time, or keep your family safe all the times when it comes to the viruses. I mean, we cannot really stop it, but we can avoid it. Yeah, we can we can modify stuff. Yeah. So anyway, so just all what I'm gonna say right now is, this is for now, and be safe, everyone. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching. And please continue watching my YouTube channel. And sometimes I do funny stuff, sometimes I do serious stuff, sometimes it's all about good health. I mean, most of it is about, you know, healthy stuff, because of my history. So this is all about my medical history in my YouTube channel, why I am sharing this to you guys. You must know me first, so keep on watching. And thank you very much for your time today, and please subscribe me in my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye.